welcome to JBSports. I'm your host, Jonathan Burton, and today we are in a whole new place. I had to make my own setup at home. I think it looks pretty good. It's not as high quality as the old setup, light-wise, but I think it looks pretty good and it feels more sportsy, in my opinion. Not as much lounging, more sportsy with the chairs and the jerseys and the plaques and stuff, but this is where the podcast is going to be for a while. The next few episodes, a few following weeks, and then it might change a little bit. But for right now, this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to have some guests still. I got my guests figured out for next week, and I got some other guests lined up in the following weeks potentially. But this is the setup for the podcast for the next few weeks. So today, I want to talk a little bit about the NBA. I want to talk a little bit about the Commanders, and then we'll see what time we have after that. So, up first, NBA playoffs. We'll talk about the Celtics, Pacers right now. If I say stats, it's going to be points first, then assists, then rebounds. So, Pacers, Celtics, Monday, May 27th, conference finals, the Celtics versus Pacers. Celtics win 105 over the Pacers 102. I think everybody knew this game should be a sweep. I mean, this series should be sweep. The Pacers are not the Celtics. They do not have what the Celtics have. They do not have the same stars. Especially with the with Tyrese Halliburton being out the last two games, and just Miles Turner playing so bad. Miles Turner in Game 4, biggest game of his life, 8-1-4 on 27 minutes. Some of the other players, Pascal Siakam, 19-3-10, need more points when your star Tyrese Halliburton is out. Especially because Pascal Siakam was a scorer. Tyrese was a scorer too, but he was he did everything, basically. Aaron Naismith, 14-1-6, can't ask much more of him. Miles Turner, like we said, 8-1-4. Terrible. Biggest game of your life, and you play terrible. You play like you play terrible. Andrew Nembhard, 24-10-6. Good game for him. Stepped up, even though they lost. Ben Shepherd, which I'm guessing is the Tyrese Halliburton fill-in, 3-0-3, terrible, can't do that. Obi Toppin, 12-2-7, not bad. TJ McConnell, I call him a bulldog. He's a bull. Every team has like their bulldog. 15-4-5. TJ McConnell's usually very consistent with that point ratio. He's someone you can kind of depend on. Not high scoring, but he's that secondary scoring you need. Which the only person to score the higher one is Nembhard, and he's not their star. Celtics did Celtic things. Jaylen Brown, 29-2-6. Jason Tatum, 26-8-13. Jason Tatum beating the can't play in the later half of the NBA playoffs allegations that I even had on him. Al Horford, 7-5-8. Al Horford he's that veteran you need. They always play better with him there, but he's not like a scorer. But some games he does go crazy. Derek Wright proven to be a very good player, good secondary. Like I call him the surrounding team. He's not a star, but I don't think he's like a role player. He's like in between there. Drew Holiday, 17-2-9, what you need him to do. And then the rest of the bench, Sam Hauser, 5-1-1, Peyton Pritchard, 5-0-1, and then Xavier Tillman, 0-0-2, 0-0-2, whatever. When you got the stars in the supporting cast playing that well, the bench players don't have to play that much, which the Celtics do not play a deep bench, really. Pacers, their stars didn't come out to play, and their supporting cast played a little bit. So Celtics make it to the finals. I had them making it. I know a lot of people don't like them. Personally, I don't see the hatred too much. I mean, I don't have any hate against them. I'm a Rockets fan, so I don't have much hate to many other teams. I don't hate on teams because they're winning that much unless it's a rival team like the Warriors. I don't like them because I'm a Rockets fan. And that's a Michael Jordan jersey because he's a GOAT. Timberwolves, Mavericks. What I didn't see going was the Mavericks go up at 3-0 at first. Let's look at some of those games. We'll go to game 1 of their series. The Mavericks win 108-105. Anthony Edwards scored 19. Terrible game. He's been playing pretty rough recently. He had a good last game. The last game he had was very good. Not very good. His shooting stats have been bad. He's been shooting very low percentages. But yeah, game 1, Jaden McDaniels, 24 points. Karl-Anthony Towns, 16, got more out of him. Rudy Gobert, that's normal Rudy Gobert, like 12 points, 15. Anthony Edwards, 19. Can't be having that out of your number 1 star. He should be going around 30 like he was before. Mike Conley, 6. I mean, it's Michael Conley. Not much anymore. He was a star, and now he's not rolling anymore. Nas Reed, 15, which was good. Kyle Anderson, 11. Good for him. Alexander Walker, 2. They didn't do what they needed to do. Mavericks, Luka Doncic, 33 points. Kyrie, 30. Daniel Gafford, 10. PJ Washington, 13. Daniel Jones Jr., 8. And the bench really didn't do anything, but their main stars are scoring, and the supporting cast is helping. That's why they won that game. Game 2, another close game. Mavericks 109 to Timberwolves 108. We'll start with the Mavericks again. PJ Washington, 10 points. Derek Jones Jr., 4. He's not really helping point-wise. Daniel Gafford, 16. Good for him. Luka, he had triple-double, 32, 13, 10. Luka Magic, what can we say? Luka's in his bag. Kyrie Irving, 26 and 4. Lower game, but he needs to be in that 20 to 25 range. Derek Lively Jr., 14, stepped up point-wise for what they were missing from Kyrie last game, and then their bench didn't score too much. I mean, Josh Green had 5, and Hardy had 8. Timberwolves, another rough game from Anthony Edwards, only 21. Almost played the video. Whoopsies. Anthony Edwards, 21 points. Mike Conley, 18. Good game for him. Nas Reed, 23. Great game for him. Unfortunately, he's not the one that's usually doing that. Kyle Anderson, 7. Jane McDaniels, 2. Great game to an absolute terrible game. Karl-Anthony Towns, 15. Rudy Gobert, 16. Good game for him. They're just not... Stars aren't scoring what they're supposed to do for them. That's why that's the second game loss, and then third game, more of a blowout. Mavericks win 116 to 107. Anthony Edwards has a better game stat-wise, but 11 for 24 is not the best shooting. So, shooting-wise, percentages, he's been playing very rough. Towns, 14. McDaniels, 15. That's a better game for him. Gobert, 9. Not in that 15-point range. Anthony Edwards, 26. Better game point-wise. Michael Conley Jr., 16. Nas Reed, 14. Kyle Anderson, 10. Good game for him because he does not score. But then you have PJ Washington, 16. Derek Jones Jr., 11. Daniel Gafford, 5. Not the best game for him. Kyrie Irving, 33. You like to see that in. Luka, 33. He's always getting that. That's a line. He always gets around 30. That's something you don't wish he gets. That's something you expect from Luka. Around that range. Josh Green, 3. Jaden Hardy, 7. Derek Lively, 2nd, 6. Dwight Powell, 2. And Dante Exum, 0. But he's not really there to score. Game 4, this is where Minnesota, Anthony Edwards say, I've never gotten swept in my life. Making fun of Suns play. I forgot to say him. I feel bad because I forgot to say because he was good. Bradley Beal. Making fun of Bradley Beal. Minnesota Timberwolves. Jaden McDaniels, 10. Karl-Anthony Towns finally having the game he should be having, 25 points. Rudy, 13. In that range is where he should be. Anthony Edwards finally got that 29 to 30 points he should be getting. Mike Conley, 14. And then their Anderson 2, Reed 6, Nikhil Alexander-Walker 6. Mavericks is where they dipped a little bit. PJ Washington 10, Derek Jones Jr. 9, Daniel Gafford 12, Kyrie Irving 16, and then Luka 28, still not range. But this game, it's because the other two superstars in the supporting cast did better than these guys. Josh Green 5, Maxi Keebler 2, supporting cast though, Jaden Hardy 13, very good game for him. Dante Exum 5, I guess good game because he doesn't score at all usually, but Dwight Powell 0, he had 3 minutes, he had 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 points. I don't know what he was doing out there at all. Mavericks shot worse on the field. They shot 42% compared to the Timberwolves 52.7. Timberwolves 3-pointer 45.8 compared to 35% from the Mavericks. But then free throws, the Mavericks had 2 more free throws, which crazy difference in percentage-wise. So yeah, the Timberwolves shot better that game. Their stars and supporting cast did better. That's why they won. But as of today, there's Game 6. I'm posting it tomorrow. But today, so tomorrow when you're watching this, you should, in my opinion, see the Mavericks versus Celtics are the matchup for the finals. Timberwolves could sneak it in there, but if Kyrie plays the way he was playing in the start and have the 30, 25, somewhere around there, Lucas, he's going to do Luka things. It's Luka Doncic. You expect it out of him. They play the way they were. Anthony Edwards dips like he was playing. That last Nuggets game to the second Minnesota Timberwolves game. And Cat had his really good game. I think he's going to dip down again. I think you could see the Mavericks very well make it to the finals, beating the Timberwolves tonight. I think, and then with finals, if the Mavericks go with the Celtics beating the allegation, especially Jason Tatum beating the allegations of can't play in the last half of the playoffs. He plays like he has been. Jaylen Brown plays like he has been. The left hand. They play like they have been. They could very well win the finals in 5-6 game against the Mavericks. But I think in more 6, Luka is going to get his buckets. Kyrie should be getting his buckets. But personally, I think the supporting cast of the Celtics are better than the supporting cast of the Mavericks, in my opinion. Especially if Kristaps comes back, which I'm pretty sure he's supposed to for the finals. I think Game 2 or something like that, maybe Game 1. But if he comes back, he's going to be good for them, and Celtics are going to be scary. If Timberwolves somehow squeak a 3-0 comeback, Anthony Edwards plays like he was in the beginning. Cat steps up like he did that one game. More than one game, of course, though. They could easily win. Well, not easily win. They could easily make it to a Game 7 where, personally, I just think the Celtics have it locked up if they play like they have been. Supporting cast is playing amazing. Their 2 stars is playing amazing. They'll get Kristaps Porzingis back. He should do 20, I think, is what he was kind of getting around. I think they're going to be good because in the playoffs, both stars, it really comes down to the supporting cast because if the stars play like they should be, the reason they got to the playoffs, the supporting cast is what really switches it up because the teams have the stars. They're equal. As long as the supporting cast does what they're supposed to, then the finals should go to the Celtics, in my opinion. But, of course, that's all up to how the Celtics play and the team going against them plays. I want to go a little bit into the Commanders. Some of the headlines right now. Jane Daniels earning respect from the veteran teammates. I thought that would happen fast. He seems like a very nice guy. He seems very confident, and he seems very good. Of course, he's a little older for a draft one, which that doesn't matter too much. But you can say he's very good now, and he's playing very good in OTAs. But at the end of the day, OTAs do not matter as much as an actual NFL football game. It really comes down to that. I was talking to someone I know, these first three quarterbacks, especially Caleb Williams, him, Jane Daniels, put in very good situations, except for Jane Daniels' offensive line and defensive backs. But Caleb Williams more put in an amazing position with the Bears, how they are right now. Wide receiver wise, line wise, they're getting better. Defensive, they're getting way better. You're gonna see if Caleb Williams is who they say he is very quickly. You will figure out fast if Caleb Williams is him. Jane Daniels, our situation, good wide receiver core. Right now, if we were to start the season with what ESPN says and everyone's healthy, offense, Jane Daniels, QB, running back, Austin Eckler. I think Brian Robinson should be in conversation for that starting one. Austin Eckler's a little older, not producing like he was. I think Brian Robinson produced good last year. Wide receiver 1, Terry McLaurin, no doubt. 2, Jahan Dotson, needs to have an up year. Last year, he did not have a great year like he said he was. He said, I'm going to have a breakout year. If you're watching Washington Commanders games at all, you can know Jahan Dotson, second year and breakout year, do not have anything in common. Third string, this is where I beg to differ. Luke McCaffrey is listed as the third string right now. It's said that he's clicking with Jane Daniels right now, which is great. I love to see he is. But I think Dyami Brown deserves that third spot. He's been waiting for a while. I think he definitely has. I think he can be good. You've seen some highlights with him, with Carson Wentz like 2 years ago. He had some good highlights. Of course, it's Carson Wentz, so he wasn't good. If anyone watched those games, he was terrible for us, like was for the Colts. But I think Dyami Brown deserves a chance to be third string. If he's not doing good with Jane Daniels, maybe it doesn't work out, put Luke McCaffrey in. Doesn't matter. Jamison Crowder will probably get some reps, but honestly, personally, I think Dyami Brown right now should be wide receiver 3 instead of Luke McCaffrey. But you never know. Luke McCaffrey, I've heard he's been doing well. Like I said with Jane Daniels, he can be doing great in OTAs, but it matters when you go into the game. That's where you know if you're a good player or not. Tight end Zach Ertz, he's older, but I think he's still got some left in the tank. He's going to be great for teaching Benson on. John Bates, Cole Turner. They had their shots, messed it up. Left tackle is where I'm mostly scared about. We did not have a good left tackle going into the draft. I don't think we have an amazing left tackle going out of the draft. Cornelius Lucas was our starter. He's not good. Brandon Coleman, we drafted him out of TCU. I think he was more of a project pick because his feet, he does not move that fast, in my opinion. I don't think he's a starter coming out of the draft like they say he is. I don't think he should be, but if he is the best out of those guys, then we might as well give him his shot. Left guard, Nick Allegretti, I think he'll be good. I think he might be still healing a little bit, but once he gets out there, he should be good. Tyler Biadasz, he's not great. I mean, he's not like a Jason Kelce top tier. He's more middle tier if he blocks, if he snaps well. That's all you can ask from Sam Cosmi. He had some of the best percentages near the end of last year at right guard. I think he had I think it was close to the best. Love Sam Cosmi. He's picked it up from the last few years. Great to have him there. Right tackle, Andrew Wiley. That's more of a prove yourself. Last year, he did not prove himself. He did not play with how he got paid. He better fix it and fix it fast because last year he was not what he should be. So we'll see if he can pick his stuff up. Defensive end, looking like the Cowboys, half of them anyway, which is funny because we have half Cowboys, half Washington, starting wise. But left defensive end, Dante Fowler. I mean, I last year wanted to see KJ Henry kind of go in there. to get some more reps. But if Dante Fowler is the day one starter, I mean, I can't be mad, but I would want to see like Clelin Ferrell or KJ Henry get that role. But it is what it is. They know better than me. Left defensive tackle, Deron Payne. I mean, Deron Payne's crazy. I love Deron Payne. Definitely deserved what he got. I mean, he actually only had 4 sacks last year, which he I don't know. He should. Well, the year before that, he had a better season, but of course, last year was a hard season to watch and hard season for the players. Right defensive tackle. Oh, real quick, left defensive tackle, Jazar Newton. He's hurt, so we won't see him. I don't think we'll see him play at all, or at least for the first almost. Yeah, I don't think we'll see him. We don't see him play this year. Jonathan, we probably wouldn't have seen him play anyway, but like maybe preseason. Jonathan Allen, right defensive tackle. Love Jonathan Allen. Hopefully he actually wants to play this year. I know last year after losing to the Giants, he was he did not want to play. He said he was tired of losing, which I understand. He's been a Commander, I think his whole career, and I understand why you get tired of it. I've been watching for 18 years, and I'm tired of it myself. Right defensive end, Dorrance Armstrong. He had 7.5 sacks. Not bad. Tied for 46, which could be a lot of them. Honestly, I think with some more snaps, we'll get him some more time. He could be good. We could get a lot more out of him than the Cowboys did. But it's a guessing game with him. You just gotta see what happens. Then you have linebacker, duo of Frankie Louvu and Bobby Wagner. I love them. Frankie Louvu, I love his energy. He did really good last year for the Panthers. The Panthers, it's hard to say they were good because they weren't, because how little games they won. But I think he'll be really good. He's very energetic. I love the way he plays. I love the style. Then you have Bobby Wagner, older. He can still play. Shoot. He's got energy. I think what we really brought him in was to be that team leader. Last year he had 96 solo tackles, 87 assists, 3.5 sacks. He still plays good. He still plays with heart and energy, and he still goes out there. So I think he'll be good for leadership. Next spot, we have strong side linebacker, Jamin Davis. I don't personally think he's going to be playing that role. I think they're going to try to see if he can play more of a Micah Parsons role. Because he's not the best linebacker. He did not play the best for us. We didn't pick up his 5th-year option because of that. He did not have a year he wanted to have, he should have had. So this is a prove me year. This is a big prove me year for him. He wants a contract from us. He wants to keep playing for us. Play well. Play the way you should be playing, and you'll be there. We have the left cornerback, Emmanuel Forbes. I have no idea how I feel about him, just because last year he it's not good. He's smaller, so it's I don't know where to put him, because anytime you put him on a wide receiver 1, he did good for 2 snaps, and then he got burnt. Against A.J. Brown last year against the Eagles, literally, he got destroyed. Benched him after that game. The first game they bring him back, they make him play against A.J. Brown again. Guess what? He got torched. Again. So, I don't know where to put him. I feel like he can be good, but last year was not his year. Then you have strong safety Jeremy Chin. Love Jeremy Chin. I think he'll be good for us. Then you have Free safety, Percy Butler. He's been doing pretty good for us the last few years. Then you have Benjamin St. Juste, right cornerback. St. Juste, the thing about him is he does not get interceptions. Last year was his first interception. He was a round 3 pick in 2021, so he hasn't been in the league long. He only has 1 interception, but he covers mostly well. I think he can be very good. 52 solo tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 1 interception. He needs to step it up with Kendall. Kendall Fuller is gone, so he has to pick it up from that. And if he can, and he can get more interceptions, he can cover the number ones like he should have been doing. Like he should have covered A.J. Brown over. I mean, he wouldn't be as... I don't know if he would have done better, but he would have been a better pick to cover A.J. Brown over Emmanuel Forbes because he's bigger. He can maybe stay there strength-wise. And then special teams, place kicker, Brandon McManus. You stay more consistent than Joey Sly. You're already doing better for us that year. One of my favorites on the team, Tressway, punter and holder. I mean, Tressway is amazing. I mean, statistically, he hasn't been having the years he was having before. But great team leader, great captain. Amazing what he did with the number, letting it up to Jane Daniels. Almost said McDaniels. Jane Daniels. Great man. Punt returner Jameson Crowder had some great punt returns last year. Did pretty good. Kick returner Dax Milne didn't play at all last season. So we'll see if he steps it up because I've heard some rumors that maybe Emmanuel Forbes could be returning a little bit, which I don't know if I like too much because if he takes a big hit, he's probably gone for the rest of the game. Maybe seeing because how small he is. He's also second for punt return, and then they have John Dotson listed for third, but I don't think we'd do that because he's our second. But Dax Milne kick return. It's a new system, so maybe this is his chance to get back in because he lost his spot to Crowder after he got injured last year. Gets his chance to do it. Gets a chance to get his position back. Hopefully he does well. I want him to do well. I don't want anybody to do bad, but hopefully he can do. Long snapper, Tyler Ott. Last year, I probably saw one of the worst performances I've ever seen out of a long snapper on my team. Then Cameron Cheeseman, funny guy, did some great stuff on Trustway's podcast, but you didn't do great things on the football field. Podcasts won't keep you a spot in the NFL. So if Tyler Ott can just be consistent and don't mess up snaps, you're doing great. You're doing better than we did last year on long snapping. So that's if we started the season right now. That would be the Commanders lineup. I did want to talk about a little bit about the undrafted free agents because I saw our undrafted free agent that we signed, Marcus Rosemary Jack Saint, the Georgia wide receiver. He's apparently had really good odds to make the Commanders roster because I've heard a lot about him doing very good in OTAs. He's been getting some highlight plays apparently. So if he's doing great, I've heard he's a good blocker. But if he's doing those things in OTAs, he deserves to be on the team. Then we have another one, Sam Hartman. I haven't heard as much on him. Let's see if there's any news on him. I mean, I know he's not going to get any other position. He's probably going to be a practice squad player. Let's be honest. He's not going to be ever that big player for us. I mean, I'm not seeing too many news about him. He's probably just doing normal stuff in it. I mean, our secondary, Marcus Mariota, I don't like him really. I mean, he's there to help Jane Daniels because they kind of play similar. Third stringer, Jeff Driscoll. I didn't even really know he was a player until he was on our team. And then Sam Hartman. Honestly, it would be amazing. It would be so funny if Sam Hartman played amazing for us. But, and I want him to just because, I don't know, he seems like an underdog story. He seems like someone He was good. But at the end of the day, if you can play football, you make the team. And if you can't, you don't. So yeah, that's Washington. Those are some the bigger free agencies. And then I know we drafted signed a cornerback that was wanted by a lot of teams, undrafted. What was it? I think it was from, what was it, Colorado State? Let's see if we can find it. Let me find it. I don't want to mess up his name. I'll just say his last name. Anusium. Apparently, a lot of teams wanted him, and we snagged him up as an undrafted free agent. He was like one of the higher people were going to sign for that, so that's good. He turns out to be really good, makes it to the team. That's great. I don't know too much about it. I need to kind of start studying that more. But that's Washington. Quick, Baltimore Orioles. We won yesterday. My MVP, Gunnar Henderson, hit a bomb, getting us a grand slam. So that was great. I think if we were to start the playoffs right now, we'd make a wild card, which I think we could do better than that. But we had a little bit of a rougher later, like last few games, we fell down a little bit, but if we can go back to what we were playing earlier, we can be fine. Pitching has been mostly good. Kimbrel's been a little off, so hopefully he can pick it up a little bit, but most of the pitching has been pretty good. And we've only gotten swept once. I mean, we had a big streak going, but it's okay. So O's just keep doing what they're doing. We'll make playoffs, maybe win, maybe. I want us to win, but we probably won't. That's them. I don't really think there's too much more to talk about because the Rockets aren't in the playoffs. But I guess we can see who is mocked to us real quick. If it would load up there. We have the number 3 pick. We snuck in there. I'm seeing Reed Shepard right now. It would be terrible. I think we need maybe another person there, but I think Jalen Green was playing pretty good. I don't know as much about college, so I don't want to be any disrespectful to anyone that we potentially could draft, so I'll just leave it there. But right now I think it's a pretty good spot to leave this. That's gonna be it. I don't think there's too much more to talk about right now. Next episode we will have a guest. I'm not disclosing because it's gonna be a surprise, but thank you guys for watching. This has been JB Sports. I'm your host, Jonathan Burton, and have a great day.